Okay, Lisa, thank you very much. Lafayette police are trying to piece together what happened on October 22nd of last year.
That's when they discovered that 34-year-old Justin Wilson was struck and killed by a vehicle in a hit-and-run accident. I talked with police who have new information and are asking for the public's help in finding the driver. This was the scene back in October. Police were collecting evidence to try and figure out who hit and killed Justin Wilson. But evidence in this case has been hard to come by.
We have very little evidence, and that is where we are really hoping that someone will come forward, because I firmly believe that the driver involved in the case may not have realized the extent of what they did or all of the specifics around this case.
Officer Gregory McDaniel has been a police officer for over 20 years. He says this is one of the hardest cases he's ever worked.
This has been probably the most difficult of my career, so we keep trying, but haven't succeeded yet.
LPD recently got a new lead. After sending off the samples of paint they collected as evidence to a database that is used all over the world, investigators found out that the paint on the vehicle that struck Wilson was custom.
But it did not match anything in their OEM paint, and so that was the most educated conclusion that the expert could offer to me, is that we don't believe that it's an OEM paint job, we believe that it's an aftermarket paint job.
However, the time and place of the crime proved to be challenges for the investigation.
When I arrived on the scene, I remember that the roadway down by the extension office was pretty uniformly wet. That can also take away some evidence.
Justin Wilson's body was found in this field behind me, just off of Sagamore Parkway, in between Maple Point Drive and Beck Lane. This area of the roadway isn't very well lit. In fact, if we turn our light off, you can see just how dark it gets.
There's not much backlighting in that area, so I'm sure a driver came upon Justin very quickly.
Wilson was seen on video at this business around 7 o'clock the night before he was found. Plus, phone records show he was using his phone until around 11 p.m., putting his death anywhere from then till 8 a.m. That's why police are asking for the public's help. Police believe the vehicle that struck Wilson is large and likely an SUV or truck. They weren't willing to release the color of the vehicle at this time, but if you have any information about this hit and run that took place on October 22nd of last year, call Lafayette Police or the anonymous We Tip hotline at 800-78-CRIME.